Hello and good morning. Welcome to another Wake and Make with me, Nealay Patel. I'm a designer here at Jesse James Beads, and my job is to bring you fun, quick, cool projects using Jesse James Beads. Now, if you're familiar with Jesse James Beads, they put out a collection every month, and this particular month, and last month actually even, I have been obsessed over the Goddesses collection. There are some beautiful components in there that are so fun to play with, and what I've been obsessed with lately is making pendants out of them. And so let me show you today's project. I have got this awesome necklace that I made real quick, fun and easy, and I am using the Hidden Tome tassel topper. And of course, being that it is a tassel component, I just had to put a tassel on it. But this is just so fun, quick, and easy, and I just had to share it with you guys. So I'm using a few different products today. Not only am I using Jesse James beads, but I decided to kind of mix it up with some soft flex wire, which I have there at the top, as well as some TierraCast components that I think go well with the look that I'm going for. So let me flip the camera around, and I want to show you how to put this together because I'm so excited about it. All right. Okay, here is my workboard, and I wanted to show you some of the components that I'm going to be working with. Of course, we have the Hidden Tome tassel topper, which is beautiful, so well made. They have these little slivers of blue in it, I think to kind of replicate the lapis look that the Egyptians have in their jewelry. And I just think it's a fabulous component, especially for this project. I'm also using another bead cap that's found in the Mini Mix collection, and let me show you guys what that looks like. Check out all those gorgeous beads. I have been super obsessed with them, and there's just so many different possibilities that you could do with it. I'm also using a bead from there that's this longer tube shape little shell bead, and I will show you guys why here in a second. Lastly, you'll need a tassel, of course, and all of these beads can be found in the Mini Mix. And I'm also working with lapis colored soft flex wire, which is available, as well as all of these components and ingredients on www.jessejamesbeads.com. So you definitely want to check it out. Now the first step is just to cut yourself about a foot length of soft flex wire. You can probably get away with 6 inches even. But all I did was just create a loop and put in a 2mm crimp. And so I'm just going to slide that down close to the tassel as best as you can. I think that's pretty good right there. And I am going to use my handy dandy Xuron pliers. I won't leave my house now without these. They're absolutely perfect in so many ways. Not only are they crimpers, but they also have a chain nose point there at the top, so it's super handy in many different ways. But all I'm going to do is just stick it down into the notch, that's the very last one, and press it once. This will create a dent in my crimp, which basically separates the two wires into channels. And then I'm going to turn it on its side and stick it in the middle notch and just give it a good press. Now, if you're familiar with normal crimping, they do have the same notches, but what's cool about these is there's 3 different ones. So it can crimp from 3mm all the way to 1mm crimps. Super fabulous. I highly recommend that you check them out. Jesse James Beads is carrying these, and so thank you guys so much for having them in stock. Alright, along with my speech there with Xuron, I also have their flush cutters, which I'm obsessed over. But I'm just going to cut the wire there close to the crimp. Okay. And then all I'm going to do now is just string on my little, I guess bead cap, for lack of better terms. Just fits right over that. Now I'm going to stick on my shell tube, just like that. The reason for that is I want to compensate for the space that I'm using inside of that cap, because as you can see, it's completely hollow. And so what that will do is it will prevent the bead from sliding down completely, and that way it kind of gives some movability to these components, which I think is important if you're trying to make it, you know, more tassel-y. And then all I'm going to do is just string on a crimp. I'm going to go down through, whoops, you want to make sure that your crimp doesn't fall through that hole because it is a little bit big. So just keep an eye on that. And then just put your wire through that. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and string it through the tube here, or the tassel topper. That way I could just trim it off up there. But basically you just make a little loop. I kind of want it about the size of my tassel topper. So this looks pretty good to me. Again, just making sure that my crimp does not fall through. Actually, here's a little tip. You can use the end of that little soft flex piece of wire and just thread it in between right before your crimp, and that'll help prevent that from falling through. So now you can sort of do this hands-free. Okay, so now you'll just simply crimp that. Again, turning it on its side and pressing it flat. If it's not crimped all the way, just go ahead and give it another press, which that looks great to me. And now all I'll do is, it's okay if this falls through because now my wire is secure, but I kind of do want it to fall a little bit through because I'm going to trim my wire right into there, and it's now super hidden. All of it's tucked away. What I love about this design, it's small enough to make a cute little pendant as I showed you in the example earlier. Or, I guess now that I have two of them, I could convert them into earrings if I wanted, or make this a tassel for really just about anything. But I'm just going to connect my little TierraCast component. This is a little lotus that I found in my stash. I think it mimics the tassel topper's shape because it kind of fans out there at the bottom. And I think it's just really neat, a little accent piece. And all I did from there is just throw it onto a chain, and you're pretty much good to go. So let me flip the camera around and show you the example one more time. All right, here we are. We just made this design. It was super fun and easy. Here it is. So I have two of them now. I don't know, whoops. There we go. I'll turn them into something, right? I hope you guys love this tutorial. I thought it was fun and easy, so I just had to share it. So, if you are in love with our tutorials or you want to find more, please check us out on YouTube and subscribe to the Jesse James Beads channel. You can also find us on Instagram, and don't forget to tell your friends, and if you guys haven't already, to turn on your notifications on Facebook so you can catch me live in the mornings or Thursday evenings, and some occasional Mondays. You just never know when you'll find me. My creativity hits very sporadically, so I have to be on my game to be able to get it turned into a design and inspiration for you guys out there. So, oh, and finally, don't forget to check out my brand, Beads and Bubbles. Here's what it looks like. I do creative happy hours the last Wednesday of every month live on my Facebook, Beads and Bubbles. And I've always got something fun and cool going on while enjoying a nice glass of champagne, so I hope you guys will join me there too. So anyways, I leave you this morning with some inspiration and creativity, I hope, and I encourage you guys to go out and make something, share it with us on Facebook, and we will catch you again here soon. All right, take care.